Welcome to Panther Sports Talk here with Ben Jacobson as we recap the non-conference season, wrapping up here in December. And Coach, I know not as many wins as you wanted, but what were some of the positives that you see truly battle-tested heading into Valley play, Coach?
Yeah, we've played some good teams, and recently against Grand Canyon here at home, against Stony Brook here at home. Both of those teams they're good and look like they're going to be at the top of their league as they go through their conference play, and both have an opportunity to get out of their league tournament and go to the NCAA tournament. And you know, I really like that. I like being in a game. I like being on the floor against teams like that where you're challenged. And there was a stretch against Grand Canyon in the second half where we had things going, went from down 14 to up 3, and really had things going. Guys making a lot of plays. Against Stony Brook, we did not do it in the second half the way we needed to. But in that game, we got off to a great start. The first 6, 7, 8 minutes, I mean, we played great, and I think that's our. So there's a lot of positives in there here in the last couple of weeks in terms of what we've done on the practice floor. Some stretches in both of those games against good teams. Our challenge is to be able to, we've got to extend it, right? Against good teams, it can't be for 8 minutes, and then again in the second half for a little bit. We've got to work to extend this and get it to be more 30 minutes, 32 minutes.
Yeah, when you look at the adversity of, not having Taiwan at the beginning and not having Austin now and playing so many games on the road in that month of November, just talk about how a young team trying to respond to that adversity.
Yeah, and that's a challenge. There's no question. And there's, for Miles, even though he's a senior, he's playing his first full-time minutes. And so there's a lot of things that are new for him. And he gives tremendous effort. And he goes hard to the glass. And he drives the basketball. But there's a lot of things that happen in a basketball game that experience helps. Game experience helps. So, and then we've talked about some of the other guys with Trey and with Biggie and AJ being in full-time roles and being in their first year with us. And there's some challenges that come with that. And what I've told the guys and the way that I look at it is, we knew what the schedule. We knew in September what the schedule was going to be, and we knew it was going to be a challenge. Our job is to rise to the occasion. Our job is to meet the challenge, and at times we have, and there's been times that we haven't, and in some cases there's been too many times within a basketball game where we haven't been able to put our foot down, dig in, and get a defensive stop and make a play. And some of that's a result of what what your question is, and some of it is a result of us being able to grow as a team, being able to take a step forward, and just play better longer.
You look at the defensive end, just things that you're continuing to work on heading into Valley play.
Yeah, our teams are shooting too good of a percentage from the field. You want them to be at just under 40%. Anything under 40% is really good, and we've had too many teams that are in the high 40s or right at 50. There's a lot of things that go into that defensive field goal percentage. So our communication needs to get better. What we're doing from a scouting standpoint as coaches, that needs to get better. There's a long list of things, but we've got to bring that defensive field goal percentage down.
All right, back with more Panther Sports Talk with head coach Ben Jacobson right after this.